Sups, 3-Tote. We're back here with Danganronpa. Now, we're going to be starting the third class trial here, so that'll be pretty cool. Right now, I have no idea at all who did it or how. I don't have any real ideas. So yeah, if you haven't already, watched the rest of the playlist. The link to that will be in the description, so you don't get any spoilers here. And yeah, let's hop into it. Took one last breath and exhaled slowly. I began to walk towards the elevator. Once everyone was aboard, the doors closed on their own, and the steel box began to move. The clunking of the elevator kept us company as we fell further and further down. We didn't really fall, did we? There was no going back. Until we saw all this, we couldn't go anywhere. I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop. The elevator doors slid open, opening up onto a cruel fate. When I see all of you gathered together like this, I realize just how few of you there are left. Your school life is slowly reaching its climax. Only because of you. Why? Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other? Wait, what? You really hate me so much, but I'm so cute. He is kind of cute, but stop goofing around and begin the trial. Don't rush me. Of course I'm going to start it. I would never be like, stay tuned for the action-packed class trial after this commercial break. Wait, I do that. I never hold on to you like that. Okay, let's begin. Get to your assigned seats. And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Yeah, we'll save it. Okay. I wanna set skills. Set the focus case. What else do we have? I just realized 2 bullets at once effectively fleet. Costs 4. Who texted me? Oh, it was just Oculus, okay. Okay, I guess we should start. So I guess let's find out who Robo Justice is.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results.
I mean, we already know this.
Figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, to begin with...
We already know who did it.
Was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit.
I'm not sure it was Hiro. I don't think he did.
I didn't. Someone knocked me out. I was asleep the whole time. I don't know anything about it.
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
You're one to talk.
I am
Exactly.
sorry, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprint for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it. And all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling.
I'm a bit low in frame, yeah.
points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
Yeah,
How many times do I have to tell you?
but I don't think it was him. There's no... Like, there's no way he could have put on the suit himself, right?
I don't know.
Because of the latch, there's no way he could have, you know, buckled it himself. Is Hero really the killer, or for anything else we have to make that clear? Yeah. Hero's message.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, that you are the culprit.
Oh wait, wasn't it right click to get...
I don't know anything about that stuff. It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
Hero, why? Why did you kill them?
No, just hold on a second.
I mean, look at the blueprints in that hand.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
Okay, so what do I want to shoot?
I don't know anything about that stuff. It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
Hero, why? Why did you kill them?
No, just hold on a second.
Okay. So I think I have to shoot...
We found the blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
Gosh dang it.
It's not true. It's
Hero, why?
no. Just hold on a second.
Okay, it's the blueprints. I need to...
Everything we found in your room, the blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof that you are the culprit.
Oh, shoot. Okay, I messed that up.
No, just hold on a second.
It's fine.
Everything we found in your room, the blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof that you are the culprit.
Wait, oh, I was too high. I hate this.
Just hold on a second.
I'm
Everything we found
out of practice, I guess.
they are
Okay, cool. Okay. Break.
Are we sure Hero really made those blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hero wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared.
Why are we talking about alter ego now? Well, right in front of Monokuma.
Wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Yep, PogChamp.
The person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on. I'm not smart enough to think I'm trying to change my handwriting anyway.
So
That is fair.
Are you saying you don't think Hero's the culprit?
And he's not the only one. I think Hero is innocent as well.
Bam, Byakuya is awesome. I mean, he's terrible. Like, I hate him, but he's awesome.
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit?
Tina, it was you.
Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
And of course, he passes it off to me.
So? Who was in the Robo-Justice suit?
It was one that... Why me? The costume was super big on me. Saw me trying to figure myself. Wait, so... Hero...
Other than Hero, I can't think of anyone else it could have been.
Well, we were just talking about how...
Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit. And we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hero is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hero didn't do it.
It makes perfect sense. Hero was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
So what you're saying is...
He was drugged.
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
What?
Now that's a bold assumption.
I'm not quite following.
And what reason do you have to make such a statement?
Let's see what he has to say about it.
But
But
before we
okay.
there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around.
All things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body.
It was the
It
cart.
would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items.
Tacos was the cart. Hefames was the tart.
I got it!
Nailed it. There's still one more thing. Things that were used to Taka's body. They must have been.
I got it! They were...
A dolly and a tarp. Okay, yeah, it was both. I thought I was talking about just one. What's with the attitude?
So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room, and then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there, and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there. But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly.
And there were blood streaks that looked like wheel marks.
When Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
That's not a dolly. That's one of the things that you would like sit on and scoot around on in gym class in grade school.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body. Am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Pretty sure.
Absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body?
Yeah.
That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
With the
There is no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway. We have
Oh
already
my-
accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
What do you mean? I'm the one who have solved the first like both of the previous murders. I'm the one who solved them. I've never had anyone sound so nice while being so mean. Maybe I can change your mind. If I can just explain to them why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository. A new element has been added. Yes. Let's talk about reloading. Starting with this next bullet time, we're going to add one more ingredient to the recipe. On the bottom of the screen underneath the tempo marker, you'll see your ammo count. Until now, there hasn't really been a limit on how you destroy your opponent's statements. But from now on, just locking on and pressing the left mouse button won't be enough to handle them. Now it'll cost you one bullet to destroy a single remark. Once you run out of bullets, you can't destroy any more statements no matter how locked on you are. However, you can reload by pressing the tab key. Just like locking on, you have to press the tab key with the in time with the tempo marker. Basically, just remember that the tab key now has it functioning along with the left and right mouse buttons, okay? You will automatically load at the start of fever time, and your ammo will not decrease. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, you don't have to reload at all. In which case, you can ignore everything I just said. Well then, good luck and have fun.
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch.
Wait, how do I turn on fever time again? How did I turn on fever time? Shoot. Load. Space key.
Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. I cannot agree.
This should prove it.
I don't know how I won. I should have died there. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay.
If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved, I have it right here. When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it.
I'm so bad at this.
In the equipment room with the
I
tire
panicked.
that matched the dolly wheel's trail. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room, and as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Jeez, does Celeste really hate me that much?
Well,
Yes.
anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
Okay.
The subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
I looked how the body was moved to be clear how why the person in the suit couldn't have done it. What does he mean by that? Oh, well, we'll see, I guess. Okay.
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room. And
Yes.
the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah.
The culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah. But even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over. Then you could push the dolly no problem. So the killer just crouched down and carted the body.
If you accept, then you must realize that
Sorry, I don't think I...
Okay, yeah, you can't bend over in the suit.
Then loaded it onto the...
Now, keep in mind...
Well, yeah. All you'd have to do is bend over.
There we go. Okay, yeah. Easy peasy.
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
What do you mean?
You can't bend over.
You said
Like,
we were all checking out the suit together, remember?
I'm blind as a bat in here. I can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it,
Yeah,
yeah.
Hina, stop being a dummy.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
No.
It'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top
Sure.
of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
There's absolutely not a chance to.
I got it! I don't think
Pog champ!
if you remember,
I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. Little help? Why would you make something you can't take off by yourself? I didn't make this stupid friggin' thing! There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. Looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. We don't really have a choice. Let's help him. That's true. It's... Oh, sorry. I don't need to read that.
Suit on or take it off without help.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hero wasn't just making it up?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
if he could
Hero's not really the killer type, though.
I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Hero sus.
Yeah, that's right.
Yellow sus.
So, it's really, really true that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
Yes.
Clear. Whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hero in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took? You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo Justice? If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said? So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion...
Oh, I totally should have read that. Sorry, that's my bad.
The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hero, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Gotta be right.
No, you guys are idiots.
It's still far too early to read.
We have the message that Hero claimed he had.
Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility? Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
But where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
What a pain in the ass!
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo-Justice. It also soon became clear that this same Robo-Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library.
Yeah.
He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
I totally somehow hit my light there. What's wrong? I saw a shadow, something move around the top of the stairs.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second floor. And soon after that,
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
Is it possible that the shadow was Hifumi moving up to the library? Or... because you went to the... lives here to the library or the... But now I'm getting things mixed up. That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costumed man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
and then,
Oh, yeah. Huh? What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
at that point we decided to divide up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time, because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the 3 of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising.
Hifumi's body has disappeared. That is very surprising, considering he really couldn't move. But, well, I mean, he could move because he wiped off his glasses with his cloth. That much is certain. That much is certain. This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating all this or something?
But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time...
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
I think that about covers it.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated.
A little
It
bit.
seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation. And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them.
Yeah, I'm just kind of confused at this point. I'm not sure what's going on.
Happened to Taka.
Contradictions hidden in what happened to Taka. In order to uncover the truth of this case, I have to find them no matter what.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after. So, I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammer.
It's true.
Crap. Okay, it's fine.
See? So it's obvious Taka came.
So, I wonder if he, or perhaps it was after.
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Shoot!
Wait.
So, regarding, I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say?
Because of the number.
It's true that Hifumi, while Taka's death,
See? So it's obvious Taka came.
So, I wonder if he, or perhaps it was after.
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
Wait, why didn't it do anything?
it's true that Hifumi, while
'Cause that's the only one.
It's obvious Taka came.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they. Taka came last.
Why can I not hit it?
Taka's death,
See? So it's obvious Taka came.
So,
I wonder if he, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed in.
Shoot!
How do I do the thing where I take by holding the space key you can concentrate and slow down?
So, I wonder if he, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammer.
There we go. I figured it was something using that, but I totally forgot how to do it.
Hold on.
But it's
There's
fun.
no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers. If anything, that's just
As well as I just couldn't hit the other one, so it's fine.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi?
You know,
Okay then, let's see the proof.
oh, I GHT. Right, there's just there need to be a G there, didn't there? Writing? Or do I need to shoot all of them? I don't remember how this works.
I refuse to give up yet.
Hey man, Gab, do I have to shoot all of them? Because I didn't think that I did. I thought I just had to pick and choose. Okay, let's... Shoot. If you shoot the wrong letters, you'll take damage. G. Isn't an H right? What am I trying to spell? Wristwatch, duh. Okay, that took way too much time for me to figure out. That I thought was writing at first when I saw it, but no.
Taka's wristwatch. See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer. Because as of last night...
Hey you, how long were you gonna keep us waiting? Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he stared pointedly at his wristwatch. I am tired. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that. Bedtime for all little boys and girls.
So if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That's simple.
Stop pretending like you knew that.
We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be
I mean, it's possible it's Celeste. I kind of think it's Celeste.
alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him at least, we're all safe.
Except Hero. This is what she was probably gonna say. Huh? What was that? Came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Except for Hiro and Kyoko. Then we all ran down to the nurse's office. And that's where we found his body.
That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
Oh, I know. They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on.
True. Where's the tape?
I doubt it.
I don't know.
Don't just go making stuff up.
Anyway, we have
Um,
rock solid alibis for when we
it could be.
all of us were there together. Clearly,
It could be Celeste, Kyoko.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct? And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then.
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body. Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, they didn't do either of them anyway. In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
That's fair, because that's what I've been wondering.
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. And according to what Celeste said,
We could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though. So the killer was able to get in, move Hifumi's body in that short amount of time. Unless he moved by himself, because he was still alive upstairs. So did he get up himself and...
his body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
Oh man, yeah! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
Okay, I'm in. I'm listening.
If the dead body were to move itself.
Well, duh, that's what I just said. Because he was still alive.
The dead body moved on its own?
That's pretty obvious.
Has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
He was alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
That it isn't possible.
The idea that Hifumi was still alive. Is it really possible? Well, yeah, because he wiped his glasses off with the cloth we found in the trash. I said that before.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No,
Oh, I put the wrong thing. Okay.
Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Okay, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna play it on Hifumi's body had been found.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually...
No, Hifumi was dead.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery at Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Okay, cool. I'm not just dumb. Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. Alright, so here's where we're gonna end it for this video right here. This video is probably gonna end up being split, or I guess this class trial is gonna end up being split into 3 parts. The recording ended up taking a lot longer than I expected it to. And yeah, so look forward to those. And also, I apologize. While I was editing, I realized that there was a huge inconsistency between game audio and my mic audio. So please bear with me on that for these next ones until the class trial is over, and then it should be fixed from there. Yeah, that's about it. See you later.